Hey everyone, it's Tiran and Austin back with your Monday nutritional tip. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about protein and about the importance of it. I think it's pretty common that we know that protein is important for building muscle, regrowing muscle. And so we want to share with you some of the different types of proteins that are very common. Spanning from powders all the way to red meats. So Austin, tell us some of the options that are out there when it comes to different proteins we've got.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of different forms of protein. Of course, everybody knows about eggs, and then there's a little bit of difference between egg whites and then egg yolk. Of course, you're going to get a little more of that cholesterol from the egg yolk. But then there's a whole lot of different kind of lean proteins that we can eat, and depending on what kind of lean protein we're eating, as far as whether it be certain kinds of fish, certain kinds of chicken, beef, like Mr. Tyron was saying, outside of different kind of percentages of how much fat is in it. But typically there's going to be a little more fat in red meat, but chicken for the most part stays pretty lean, along with most kinds of fish. There's a few fish out there that ain't quite as lean, and then that adventures us towards some vegetables too. Of course, vegetables we get protein depending on y'all's dietary choices, whether it be vegan or vegetarian. You can definitely get a good amount of protein just from stuff like spinach and lentils, beans, and there's definitely a good choice out there between different kinds of protein and then variations. Also, in between our diet, we'll let Mr. Tyron tell you about some protein powders, which is a great supplement to add protein throughout the day.
Yeah, protein powders are nice because one, from a cost perspective, per gram, they're about the cheapest form of protein that you can receive, to be able to purchase. So you can get a lot of it in a relatively small quantity. So different types of protein powders we have out there. So of course we have most of the common protein out there is called whey protein. So this is something that's derived from cows, from milk. And so whey protein, normally you can purchase at any of your nutritional stores. A lot of it, typically is blended with some branched chain amino acids and other types of proteins. You can get some isolate proteins, which is really just sort of in its pure form, a protein that is very, very nice, easy to digest, and very effective, but typically more expensive. You also have other proteins like casein protein, which is typically a slower digesting, let's say milk-based protein. And usually when it comes to the timing for the different types of proteins that you would take, the main differences would be like with your whey blend or your isolate proteins, you would take those, let's say, pre and post workout times. And then for your casein protein, you would normally take that before you go to bed so that you can fuel that regenerative process that takes place while you're sleeping. And so these are some of the most common forms of proteins that are out there. There are some other less common, maybe more obscure proteins that are on the market, but these are the ones that you'll find most regularly.
There's some big ones about, people know about soy protein, but there's some of those less known ones like egg albumin protein, and I've seen bone powder, I think there's some kind of bone broth or bone powder type, along with, then you have collagen proteins, but it's definitely something worth looking into, and it's a great thing to add into your diet.
Yeah, definitely. I think in general, protein is something that's very popular. It's been popular for a long time. It gets quite a lot of buzz out there. I think a general rule is you're going to look to see how much protein you get in a day. Is normally you'd be somewhere around 1 gram per pound to 1.5 grams of protein per pound body weight. So if you're 150 pounds, then body weight, then you would be looking somewhere between that 150 grams of protein in a day, somewhere going up to 225 or so grams per day. Getting too much protein, not necessarily good for you. It's hard on your kidneys, so be very careful about that.
Drink a lot of water, especially with supplementation like protein drinks. Drink a lot of water.
But definitely, protein's not the only thing that's necessary in order for you to grow muscles. You do need to get yourself some physical exercise, get in here, lift some weights, so that protein will do something for you. That's why we have a great club like this here at Anytime Fitness here in Katy, on Pin Oak and Kingsland. And so on that note, thanks Austin, good job.
Woo,
and we would hope to see you guys very, very soon with your Monday nutritional tip.
Nutrition Monday, hashtag.
See you soon.